This is how you actually grow on YouTube. Now, look, if you don't know who I am a YouTuber with 35,000 subscribers on my main channel, Ball Out Nas, if you don't know it. Now, look, I know that's not a lot, but 35,000 is a lot. And I'm going to teach y'all everything, almost everything I've learned up until this point, man. Look, first off, what you need to realize is don't be afraid. Don't overthink it. It takes a long time and it takes real hard work and dedication to even get to 1,000 subscribers, bro. I'm telling y'all, it took me a long time. I'm going to tell y'all how I did it, and I'm going to tell y'all the storyline, how it happened. So I started YouTube when I was 12 years old. I'm 23 now, okay? And I did not even start really getting views until 3 years ago. 2023 of November was when I first started actually gaining consistent viewership. And look, here's the thing, right? You got to understand how hard it is to do YouTube. Since I was 12 up until 3 years ago, I've had multiple different YouTube channels. I just kept on restarting. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to keep on restarting. You want to just stay consistent on what you're trying to do. Also, make sure whatever you're doing, you love doing it. I was trying to do 2K stuff. I love playing 2K, but I realized I do not love making 2K content, right? Because every year in 2K, I will stop playing after 2 months and boom, cooked. I would stop uploading. And then I was also making terrible just dumb content like 2K career stuff. I'm not career stuff, but player build stuff. It was not good content, right? Boom. Make sure whatever you're trying to make is going to be consistent and it's going to be fun for you to make. Right now, I make career stuff on Madden and college football. It had always been something I love to do. Like in my life, like me and my friend, we always like to do cornerback. We just do a cornerback franchise, cornerback, whatever, quarterback, running back. Like we just play as one position player a lot. And it was so fun. And I said, well, what happened? So in that year, right, I was uploading the 2K stuff. It was doing decent. I was like, this ain't fun. I stopped doing it. One of my friends, bro, Gabe, he commented on one of my vids instead. It was in November when he said, where you at? Or something like that. And so I decided maybe 2K isn't for me. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to upload a Madden video. I uploaded a wide receiver. I don't remember I think his name was Nas Baker. That was the receiver's name. Put him on the Giants. And that video did like 100 views. I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm going to do another one. Boom. That one got to 50. I was like, okay, so that one didn't do as good as the first one. But one thing I like to do more than receiver is cornerback. I made a cornerback, put him on the Jets with Sauce Gardner. And that video did like 200. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to grind this cornerback stuff out. I love playing cornerback and everything, bro. So I did that. And around that time in November, right? Beginning of November, I'm at 600 something subs. By the time it was Thanksgiving break, like 3 weeks in, I went from 600 subs to 1,000 subs. 400 subs in a month. I did that. And it was because of me being consistent, finally finding something that I like to do. It was fun. And I did that. Hit that 1,000, right? Then, same year. December, the end of the year in December, it was crazy because I ended up traveling to go to family and stuff like that, whatever. But then in December, I wasn't able to travel to go to see my family for winter break. But I was like, cool, maybe this is God telling me something. Maybe this is when I got to grind harder, because if I was over there, I wouldn't be able to grind that much. Like when I went over there in December, for Thanksgiving, I had pre-recorded videos, so I was able to do that. But for December, it would be 2 weeks, so I wasn't able to do that. But bro, I ended up getting monetized because I was grinding. I was doing 2 videos a day and stuff. I was uploading every single day, by the way. I did that for like 6 months straight. Then by the end of the year, January 1st, I was monetized by then. So I went from 600 in November, September, November, and then by the end of the year, 1,000 monetized. Boom. Kept on being consistent. And I eventually started seeing a little dip in views. I was getting a constant, 300, I think, 400 views or something like that. Even somehow I had 500,000 every once in a while. But then it started dipping a little bit when March came around, April came around. And I said, know what, bro? If y'all know who T-Top is, he's one of my biggest inspirations, and he was doing post-commentary stuff. I was doing live commentary at the time. Then I end up just making post-com. I was like, cool, I'm going to do that. Look, that's one of the things. Look, you back to how to grow, right? Y'all are seeing how I'm using my story to help y'all out, right? Y'all are seeing it took me some time. I found what I love, grind, consistency. Then it started dropping, right? You want to find inspiration. Inspiration is not bad to copy when you're copying the right cat. If you're going to be a copycat, copy the right cat, but do it in your own way. And that's what I did. Instead of doing live come, I decided I'm going to go ahead and record this stuff, clip it up, talk over it like T-Top did. Like Bordeaux, not Bordeaux, but like T-Top did, like some other people that I was seeing did. And that video was a 1 of 10. And I was like, cool, I'm going to stick with this. It was an undrafted running back on the Browns, Chase Brown. I remember him because that is the video that changed my life, basically, honestly. Because from then on, my average viewage went up. It was in the hundreds and it ended up going up to 1,000, 2,000 each video. And that is when I like the consistency. Now, my videos per day end up going, I didn't do daily anymore. It was every other day now because it's a little bit more editing going on. But that's what happens. When you find out what you need to do, you've been consistent for so long, you know what works, you know what don't work. Look, quality is better than quantity, right? But you also want to keep your quantity up. So as much as you can upload, you upload as much as you can, but at the highest quality. If I would have stayed consistent, not consistent, but if I would have stayed doing daily, I probably wouldn't have had the same quality. So I was doing that every 2 days at that point, and every other day at that point, and just gaining subs, seeing what type of thumbnails work, which ones don't. I kept on changing them, how I was going to do my title, see what stuff was working the most for me because of that dip happened, bro. And that summer was going crazy, bro. That summer went crazy. And I think I ended up being around 5K, whatever. New Madden comes out. I'm still doing it like this. Boom, boom, boom. And then that next November was the biggest of my YouTube career. So what you need to realize is that you got it, bro. It's gonna happen. I started when I was 12, kept on going through all this trials and tribulations, and finally ended up finding something that worked for me that I love to do. And I kept doing that, stayed true to it. And then, you just find your niche, you find out what you need to do. And I was also looking at my analytics, bro. That's something that's very important. Y'all need to be paying attention to what I'm saying for real. If you really want to grow, because I'm telling you, bro, 35K is not huge in terms of all the content creators, well, the main content creators, whatever, big ones. But 35,000 people is a lot of people that subscribe to my channel. And it took a long time to get here. And it's not luck. It's when your opportunity meets your preparation, bro. And like, even right now, I'm just finding different ways to grow and stuff like that. I'm finally focusing more on TikTok and YouTube Shorts just to get that extra boost. And that's what you gotta, bro. You gotta look at it analytically. Look at your engagement. Where are people clicking off at? What does your first 30 seconds look like? My 30 seconds used to be at like 30% of people staying. Now I'm between 65 to like 75% of people staying after 30 seconds, which is really good. And I'm trying to improve it every single video. And that's what you need to make sure you do. Every video, you do something better. You make your title a little bit better. You make your intro a little bit better. You fix the blank spots in the video a little bit better. You know, also, bro, something that's really important. When I was talking about copy the right cat, that means when you see other people in your niche, if a video did really good for them, try it out. Try that video in your own way, in your own style, because that's what I did and it worked out. And because of that, you're able to build a whole series off of it, which is honestly a really good thing about the career stuff. That because like in my niche, I'm a career content creator. So like it's already just series on top of series like that. And you know, it kind of makes it a little bit less complicated in terms of finding out what you want to do, what type of series you want. But there you go, bro. That's like most of what I have been doing, really just improving my editing style, improving my thumbnail style and stuff. I'll make a video on how to make thumbnails if you are interested in how to make Madden NCAA content. If you don't know, my main channel is Ball Out Nas. It's Ball Out Nas. I'm at 35,000 subscribers. And if you can see what I'm doing over there, the thumbnails I'm making. If you want to know how to make thumbnails like that, I will make a video on how to make that stuff. But You don't need no crazy equipment. If you're like if you want to do something like that, bro, I have this $30 webcam that I'm using right now. Eventually, I'm finna get a new phone, and I'm gonna be using that as like the new camera or whatever, because there's no point of really getting a camera unless you're actually there. Like, you gotta be making that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't really need nothing crazy, bro. You're doing gaming stuff. I have an Elgato. You don't need an Elgato though, because at first I was doing record. If you're on PlayStation, I'm pretty sure Xbox has it too. You could record the gameplay and then edit it on Share Factory, and then do it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many cheaper ways to do things, and a lot of people overcomplicate it on how to grow. Really growing on YouTube is all about finding your niche, making sure it's something that you're not going to get burnt out on because you're having fun. Make sure you're looking at your analytics. Make sure you're looking at what works, what doesn't. Find inspiration, copy the right cat, but do it in your own way. Be your own person and build your community like that. And that's literally, it's really that simple. And also upload as much as you can, but at the highest quality. The more shots that you can take, the more shots that you are going to make, most likely. If you only shoot one shot a month, and I'm shooting 10 shots a month, how many shots do you think are going, who you think gonna have more shots made by the end of the year? If you don't know AB Academy, I'll be watching them too. He's talking about, he basically made a thing like that, saying, if I take 365 shots a year and you only take 12, who's gonna make more? Yeah. But hey, that's real though. Also, bro, work on your discipline. Discipline is huge, because you're gonna take them dips, bro. Because they happen to me a lot, and I just learn from them, bro. At this point, I'm numb to it. But you have to don't focus on motivation. Focus on the discipline. I'm gonna say that every video at this point, if it come to mind, bro. Focus on the discipline, not the motivation, because motivation is an emotional thing that just happens. It comes and goes, but discipline does not come or go. It is with you forever.